Hello friend, welcome back. In many situations, we can't generate XPath with some particular attribute like ID and class because they are dynamic, like on page refresh or when you open the page through automation script. The XPath or CSS selector which you have written with some particular attribute, they used to change. So in such situation, what can you do? Like let me show you here on practice page, we have some scenarios. So here this enter email field, like if I open this and inspect this particular element here, the XPath it is generating with ID shub 95. Okay, the ID is, you can see that, shub 95. Like if I click on this, so here we have this value. Now let's refresh this page and see what ID get, like will this ID remain same or it get changed. If I inspect this element here, now you see that it has become shub 18. So the XPath which we have earlier got through SelectorsHub, or if we write by our own, then also it will get changed. So in such situation, we want to generate XPath with some stable attribute. We want to write XPath with some particular stable attribute. So in such scenarios, can SelectorsHub help you guys to auto generate XPath with a particular attribute or without an attribute? So yes, it is possible. What you have to do here, SelectorsHub has this attribute filter. If you click on this, it will open like this. Here you see that enter attribute name, text field, ID, class, name. So you have these attribute shortcut as well as the attribute name if you want to generate with some particular attribute. Now what you can do here, you can uncheck this, like let's say it is generating with ID. In fact, it is also highlighting with this particular uh, alert icon. It let you know that ID looks dynamic. Uncheck the ID checkbox or delete the ID attribute from the attribute box if you have this attribute name here. Okay, so what we will do, we will uncheck this, and now you see that it is generating XPath with this particular attribute placeholder. Now if you click on this here and hit enter, it is still valid. Now if you refresh the page, you will notice that ID will still get changed. Like if we inspect this element here, you see that ID has become 71. Earlier it was 18, sf 18, now it is sf 71. So ID, it is getting changed, but you see the XPath is still remains the same and it is working. So and same like for the CSS selector, you see that now CSS selector is also like this. If you hit enter, it is still working. So you can use these kind of XPath and CSS selector, and you can auto generate XPath and CSS selector with or without ID or with any particular attribute. Now it is generating with placeholder, but let's say you say that I don't want with placeholder, there is no placeholder in my like DOM, or even the placeholder or that particular attribute with which SelectorsHub is generating is not stable. We want XPath or CSS selector to be generated with a particular attribute which you want. So in that case, if you see the DOM here, like it has class, ID, title. Like let's say for an example, you want to generate this XPath with title. Okay, so in such situation, what you can do here, like placeholder you don't want, so here you can enter attribute name as a title, and now if you hit enter, you see that it is generating XPath with that particular attribute title. And XPath and CSS selector, both the fields are being generated with that particular attribute. You see all of them has been generated, got changed. So this will really help you guys a lot to generate XPath with your own attribute with which you want. You just inspect any element. If a title attribute will be there, it will give the first preference to that. If title attribute will not be there, then it will go for something else. Like you see that it is title attribute is not there, so that's the reason it has gone for class here, for placeholder here, and going for other attribute. So this will really help you guys a lot to generate XPath with particular attribute or without particular attribute. Okay, same like if you inspect any element which has text, like this is having text, but you don't want to generate XPath with text. In that case, you can uncheck this and it will not generate with text, it will go for something else. So these, in such situation where it is generating with text, you can uncheck this, it will not generate with text. Like it is normalized space user email it has taken, but you don't want to generate with text, so in that case uncheck this and now it will generate without text. Okay, so this will help you guys to generate XPath with a particular attribute and without any attribute. These are shortcut. Here you can pass the name of the attribute with which you want to generate. If you pass any attribute name here, that will have the top preference. If that attribute will not be available for the inspected element in the DOM, then it will go for some other attribute. Okay, now let's say this is the free version. If I show you guys in the pro version, there in pro version we have one more thing. You have one more thing, like here you have this option with attribute name. Okay, this is for the particular attribute with which you want to generate. Okay, so this is how you can generate the XPath with any particular attribute or without any particular attribute here. If you want to generate like in pro version we have the same thing. The same feature is available here. Like in pro version you have the option of like attribute. By default it will be hidden. If you click on this, it will show that. Here you also have an option like without attribute. So if you want to generate XPath without any particular attribute, I'm talking about XPath here. So if you will pass, like let's say it is generating with ID, but you don't want to generate with ID, you can uncheck this. Now it is generating this color XPath with placeholder. But if you don't want with placeholder, you can pass the attribute name here placeholder, and it will not generate with placeholder now. Okay, so you have this option here in pro version that you can write the attribute name here, and it will generate XPath without that particular attribute. So this is how you can generate XPath with any particular attribute or without any particular attribute. Here you can open SelectorsHub in sidebar. Also, like the same thing is available in DevTools version as well here. So here on the right side you have the option, your first icon, click on this set attribute thing and you will have that option same. So if you inspect now element with the help of DevTools inspector, you have this option here. If you are using pro version, same thing, you have this attribute button here, click on this and you have those options. Whatever value you will change or anything, any settings you will change, whether you open here or you open SelectorsHub here, both the places settings will get saved. Okay, so this is how you can use the attribute filter of SelectorsHub free version and pro version to generate XPath with any particular attribute or without any particular attribute. I hope you will find this feature useful and it will help you guys to save a good amount of time. If you guys haven't explored the SelectorsHub, you can just go here on SelectorsHub website and you can install it on Chrome or any other browser. You can see that more than 400k plus active users are there. More than 1 million downloads we have already hit here on Chrome store. Also, if you want to upgrade to pro version, you can check out here what advanced feature the pro version has. You can see that here a quick comparison, and you can get a lifetime plan if you are an individual user just for $99. And do let us know in the comment section whether you were aware about this particular feature, are you using it, or what are the dynamic, or if you need any change or any shortcut for any particular attribute, because right now we have only 4 attribute as a shortcut here. If you need anything else, do let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Also check out these awesome informative videos and keep watching more videos on SelectorsHub channel. Thank you.